That was kind of a mix of downhill and freeride. So the first one we were at was, kind of just doing, I guess what you call like tricks, whatever, sliding, going slow, having fun, doing more technical stuff. And then what we did the other time was faster, kind of downhill. Like that's what you do to get ready for races and things like that, going around corners. Going around corners fast.
I started in high school. My brother bought one, just sort of mess around on, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I started eventually just taking it further and further. And then when I came to school, I met some guys who were like really good at it, and they sort of showed me how to, like, they pretty much taught me everything I knew.
Yeah, I mean, I started skating when I was like 8 years old. My mom bought me a little skateboard, and I'd go to the skate park, like most people do when they're little. And then going to college, I said, okay, I want a longboard just for transportation. I didn't know anything about racing or whatever. And then freshman year, like Austin saw me skating around. He's like, hey, come out with us one day. So came out, and then we kind of learned from there.
I've been like just messing around with things like on wheels my whole life. And then my friend had a longboard, and I tried it out. It was really cool. Bought like a pretty mids longboard, and we all just cruised around after school. And then I started like taking it more seriously. Like a month before college, and I was like trying to teach myself things, and like, I was really bad at teaching myself things. And then my actual first night of college, I met Dan. I was like, oh, this is cool. He's like, all right, like I'll teach you how, and then like he taught me how.
There's a pretty good local scene here because, especially since Comet's here, there's like a lot of guys here who've been skating. Like one of our friends has been skating like his entire life, and he's like almost 30 now. Mm-hmm. And so pretty much like once you show them that like you can sort of handle yourself, they'll bring you to the good spots.
I mean, a lot of the fun we have is going out looking for hills.
Yeah, true.
What we'll do is we'll scope it on some topo maps, and then look for a good area and whatever, and then drive out there to see what we find, and go from there.
I guess injuries come from doing like this slow, stupid stuff.
Like
when you don't have safety equipment on and you think you're fine, you're just cruising a class or whatever, and you're not looking out. Like when you're really focused, like what we were doing before, like when you're focused and like really concentrating, you don't really get hurt that much.
Yeah, because there's a big emphasis on safety when you're like out skating open roads, but like when you're sort of messing around like on a path or something, like, that's like not really on your mind too much.
We always say safety third. Yep. Style is first and aerodynamics is second.
We don't recommend that for first timers though.